What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Today I want to talk about the current crash outs that are going on YouTube and give my opinion. So last week I did a video on Lush One, right? And Lush is having a beef with Whack 100. Well, turns out Lush has expanded his beef to also involve Compa Raider. Lush has said some things about both Whack and Compa Raider that can't be fixed. And I'm really concerned, and as a human being, from one human to another, I'm very concerned that Lush is in rehab right now. And that's a great thing for him. And I'm sure that in him coming down from whatever it is, he's a ball of emotions. I would hope that Whack and Compa Raider would just brush it off like, man, this dude's kicking. He's going through whatever he's going through. But it seems as if whatever happened between Lush and Compa, it was personal. Lines were crossed that were personal because they were friends. So I get Lush being upset. But I feel like those are things that can be dealt with off camera. Like I said, Lush has said some very, very, very bad things. He's put jackets on both men. I don't think he has paperwork to back up what he's saying about both individuals. And I notice nowadays on social media, people like to put jackets on people without any paperwork. And I think it's a bad habit because, it's been sliding. People have been just ignoring it. But somebody's going to say it about the wrong one. And things are going to escalate to where they don't need to escalate. Now, a positive that I've seen when it comes to all this stuff going on with Lush is Lush has decided to go by his birth name, Nick. Now, I referred to him as Lush in the beginning of this video because I wanted you guys to know who I'm talking about. But Lush has changed his name to Nick, and I believe that's a step in the right direction. But he's got to get out of that. He's got to get out of that negative state in his mind. He's got to get that energy away from him. He's in rehab. He's around people that will positively reinforce him. Unfortunately, he may still be employed by no jumper. I don't know, because I saw Nick even talk bad about Adam, calling him the 16, which I don't mind whatsoever. But if he is employed by the 16, then he's going to have to stay in that negative space. I think if Nick can focus on his recovery, focus on learning tools to cope with his addiction, keep that addiction in remission because there is no cure for it. But if he can learn how to do those things, get out, solely focus on his channel, his journey, I think there's a lot of people that could gravitate towards that. I don't know Compa Raider, but I believe that there's a slight chance that Compa Raider could overlook some of the things that he said, some of the things that Nick said, and chalk it up to this dude was just out of his mind. He was kicking, whatever. I don't see Wack ever overlooking anything that was said about him. But hopefully, cooler heads will prevail. Now, I also want to talk about CripMac. I'm seeing a lot of content about CripMac going to the Hoovers. And I honestly, I feel the wrong people are around CripMac. I've said it for a long time since he first came out. I believe CripMac has a good heart, but he's also got a bunch of screws missing, a bunch of screws loose. He's not at full capacity upstairs. We saw him recently on No Jumper with his mom, and his mom broke down and cried because I think she sees how far gone he is into the character he created. He didn't grow up like that. He didn't grow up in that area. But he's been accepted in that area by certain people. And I think he believes at this point that the character that he created is his reality. And unfortunately, he's right. As far as the consequences of his actions, those are reality. You know, I'm from a different era. You know, when I saw CripMac, he went and he decided to feed the homeless, something he's been doing for a long time and I respect. But when he decided to go into the Hoover area, I mean like deep in their area, and hand out food and disrespect that neighborhood by his presence, just because of what he claims, but also with his words as he's there. You know, I come from an era where if that would have happened in the late 80s, early 90s, the Hoovers would have probably went and shot up a whole block. Doesn't matter if they don't find CripMac. He says he's from this neighborhood. This is something that this neighborhood did. So that neighborhood has to be retaliated against. Thankfully, that didn't happen this time. I highly doubt CripMac will go back to that area. It would be completely foolish. It's completely foolish for any one individual. Now, I'm sure he had homeboys around him, you know. But would they have really jumped? I don't know. I don't know. Only they know if they got that much love for him that they would let him get out, walk around with that tattoo on his forehead in that area and be willing to lose their freedom or their lives for content. I don't know. You know, I know people, they think, and I'm not saying his homeboys, I'm saying in general, there are people that think if this happened, man, watch, this is what I'm going to do. And then when it happens, they do the complete opposite. I think anybody who's really been in that lifestyle has at least one story of somebody from their neighborhood, their own neighborhood, who was supposedly about this, that, and when the shit hit the fan, their true selves showed up. I know there'll be people like, why would you waste your time on that stuff? You know, it's none of your business. And for the most part, whoever's thinking that, you're right. But I'm a content creator first. And this is content. But secondly, I'm somebody who really does care about what's been going on in these communities for all these years and how it continues to go. It's turning into something different with the internet and social media, but it's still dangerous. And before I end it, I want to say one other thing. Shout out to CripMac. CripMac came back. He did a thing with CripMac, and it was not only positive, but it was widely accepted, widely viewed. I don't know if CripMac would be interested in dealing with whoever's around CripMac. I don't know if CripMac would be able to separate himself from whoever's around him. But if there was an opportunity where CripMac and CripMac could get back together, I think that would be the biggest thing for both of them. And I know it would be a very positive thing for CripMac, for his well-being, for his mental health, and for his mother. We're all watching, man. We're all watching what's going to happen to Lush, what's going to happen to CripMac. Wack and Compa, they got caught up in this thing somehow, some way. But Lush and CripMac, there are a lot of people rooting for the negative, to see something bad happen to these two people. I'm not. And that's why I made this video. It's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.